Hello, how's it going? Okay, your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty TV. I'm your host, Todd Walters. Today I want to talk to real estate professionals. If you're a homeowner or a buyer, this is definitely relevant for you as well. So what in the world is going on out there in the world, right? Well, we've got this COVID-19 thing happening. So I want to share with you and everyone watching 8 steps to sell real estate during a lockdown. You guys like that? Okay. 8 steps to selling real estate in a lockdown. Specifically now's lockdown, COVID-19. But look, this sort of works in any sort of lockdown situation. That would be like, let's say terrorists fly planes into some big tall buildings and everything shut down, right? That's a lockdown. Recession sometimes locks people down. It doesn't have to necessarily be a virus. And trust me, if you're in business, there will be future lockdowns. Just replace the word lockdown with slowdown or recession or anything like that. So let's walk through this. The first thing we want to look at are some tips. Tips on what to do and what not to do in a situation like this. And one more time, this is not the last time you are going to see a situation like this. There will be lockdowns and slowdowns, recessions and market interruptions caused by nature, hurricanes, tornadoes, and people, terrorists, things like that, right? So we get it. So first tip is never, ever, ever contract. You should always be expanding. And there's a difference between growing your business and expanding your business. Expansion of business is the way to market proof it. Growth is not so much so. Here's what I mean by that. Let's say you're a real estate professional and you're investing $1,000 a month in ad spend on Google. And that $1,000 produces $10,000 in revenue. All right, well, I don't know about you, but it seems like you'd invest $2,000 a month and generate $20,000 in revenue. That's growing that one marketing system. But what happens if Google changes the rules or that ad no longer works? Well, you're in trouble, right, if you only have the one. So expansion would be implementing other systems, marketing systems, so that you more market-proof your business. That way, if one pillar of marketing collapses, you've got others that would probably most likely grow, depending on supply and demand. So remember that. Real estate agents, professionals that are in real estate are synonymous with doing one thing or two things and then wonder why their business goes sideways or it ceases to exist when there's a lockdown or some sort of disruption to the economy. Like, can't do that. So expansion is more market proof than growth. All right. But smart people do both. You got it? Okay. So big tip right there. What are you doing right now to expand your real estate business? All right. So a lot of agents are going to be doing some of the things we're going to talk about today. They'll implement systems like a safe house system, we'll look at it, or an affidavit of wellness, or they start doing meetings on Zoom where they've never done them before, or virtuals, okay, virtual showings and things like that. All right, so we're going to talk about some of those steps today. But here's the biggest tip I got for you as you look at some of those bullet points on the screen here. Look, if you would get up every day as a real estate professional, and if you're a business owner, same for you. Look, get up every day and treat your business as if you're always in a recession or there's one impending. Always. Don't get up every day and think assume that terrorists are going to fly planes into big tall buildings next week. Assume that somebody's going to set off a nuclear explosion somewhere in the world and everybody's going to freak out, rightly so. If you will assume things that will have a negative impact on your business, I can assure you, you will take steps to hedge against that. Here's some tips. Let's say you're involved in a direct mail campaign. Well, the best direct response marketers assume that when they mail to mailboxes, they're going to assume the owner who goes out to the mailbox, retrieves the mail, walks the mail back to their kitchen, puts it on their kitchen table, whatever. Marketers are going to assume that the homeowner getting the mail is not going to open the envelope. You guys get that? If you're running your direct mail program with assumption that they're always going to open the mail, well, do you? Like you sift and sort mail over the trash can. You and I both do. So of course we would assume that they're not going to open up the envelope. Well, what would we do then if we were assuming they're not going to open the envelope? You're going to do things differently to ensure a greater response, in this case, opening up the envelope. Okay, it's the same thing with any ad or marketing that you might be running. Assume that whoever your target audience is not going to take action. They're not going to read your ad. They're not going to take action based on what you're asking them to do. You guys get it? So when you assume that, I can assure you, your brain will go to work to do things or more things or take actions and activities to produce a greater result. All right? Always, always, always wake up every day, assume that something bad going to happen and you are going to be in trouble without taking more actions to hedge against it. All right? So just assume you're always in a recession. I'm always amazed at the number of real estate agents who assume that everything's just going to be hunky-dory. I assume that God's going to continue to provide me with business. Well, I just don't know about that, but that's hope. Hope's not a great business plan. Hope is a cool thing. It ain't a good business plan. Everybody get that? So assume that supply and demand is going to catch up with you sooner or later. You guys got it? All right. So step one to selling real estate in a lockdown is, number one, don't stop marketing. Whatever you were doing before that was working should still continue to work unless you've got a faulty message. Direct response marketing, which is the king in marketing for small businesses. So I learned about direct response marketing from my mentor, Craig Proctor, as I'm proud to tell everybody. All right, so Craig introduced me to direct response marketing a long, long time ago. I was in my 20s. It was in the early mid-90s when he introduced me to this concept of direct response marketing. What is it that the customers want? What kind of problems are they nervous about? What kind of problems do they have? And we introduced that problem solution benefit to the consumer in different marketing mediums. So if you're not a direct response marketing expert, number one, become a direct response marketing expert or get involved with people who are, like at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. The real estate agents at that company, as soon as they onboard, they begin to learn about, copy, and implement direct response marketing systems. This provides them with steady flow of customers. All right, what makes direct response marketing pretty good is this whole concept of message to market to media match. I've got a book here by a guy named Dan Kennedy. All right, Dan Kennedy is an excellent direct response marketing teacher. Whatever you can do to become a direct response marketing teacher, you want to do it. But he's got a special formula there that he talks about that I've learned about from Craig because he introduced me to all this, is message to market to media match. And just understand there's always a market that wants something. So your job as a marketer is to discover that. Where's the bull market at? I've got to get my message to line up with my ideal customers, message to market match. And then I've got to put it into the media where they are. Message to market to media match. You guys get it? All right. So we want to go wider now. So when there's a lockdown, we want to go wider with the message. Let me give you an idea of wider versus specific. Here's a specific message. Your home sold guaranteed or I'll buy it. That is a very, very specific message. Here's what that message says. All right, one more time. Your home sold guaranteed or I'll buy it. Call Todd and start packing. Okay, here's the phone number. All right, now look, that's a very, very, very specific message. It says, hey, if you want to sell your house right now, call me. But it also says, if you're not thinking about selling your home right now, don't call me. See, there's always an opposite or an opposite effect of any message. If you want to sell your home right now, call me. It's the same as saying, if you don't want to sell your home right now, don't call me. So, if all you do is that real narrow message, I can assure you when things get slowed up or contract or locked down in the economy, you're going to get hurt. All right, so we got to go wider. What's a wide message using direct response? How about this? Hot list of Buford homes for sale under $400,000 with a 3-car garage. That's a wider message versus home for sale at 1065 Gunner Court for $700,000. Specific, wide. Hot list of distress sales in Alpharetta, Georgia, under $500,000 with white kitchens. Craftsman style homes available in Kennesaw under $400,000 with a full basement. You guys get that? Wider message. Here's another wide message. 11 costly home inspection traps to know about weeks before listing your home for sale. Free report reveals. So you get it. Those are examples of direct response marketing in the Quantum Leap system, the system that agents at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty use and put together. Thank you, Craig. So that's step one. Run direct response marketing, lead generating systems. Go wide. We call it customer stacking. Step two, follow up the leads using your normal scripting and dialogue that you would use. Okay, so we've got a very special script that we use when talking to homeowners and buyers. So if you're a buyer or a seller and you're watching this, I want you to know that we really, really take it seriously so we don't mess it up. Like when somebody calls in off an ad, like I just mentioned to you, we don't want to mess it up. We don't want to hose it up. We want a predictable result. We want to help the customer. So if we don't have it together, we're likely to mess it up and the customer goes away and they don't get what they want and we weren't the ones to help them, right? So we can't do that. So we're going to use our scripting as normal. As a matter of fact, let me share with you a little bit what that looks like. Let's say you're a buyer and you're calling in on that hot list of homes for sale in Buford that are under $300,000 with a full basement. Okay, that would be a pretty good ad, by the way. So you call in and I'm phoning you back, following back up with you. It'd be like this. Hey, buyer, this is Todd. I received your request for the information that you wanted and I've sent that on over there to you. Is that okay? Buyer's like, oh, sure, thanks. Hey, are you folks planning on making a move in the next 3 to 6 months? Well, yeah, we've been playing around with that. Do you have an agent to help you when the time is right? No, we don't. Hey, would you be interested in receiving, and I make an additional information offer that's beneficial to the buyer. So I offer them additional information that they would want. And the buyer's like, yeah, that sounds great. And then I close for a face-to-face appointment, obviously. Okay, well, hey, when's a good time for us to get together over the next couple of days? Take down your exact home buying criteria and get all that set up with you. Well, this is where it goes a little sideways right now. People are nervous about getting together face-to-face, right? Nervous. Oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? I don't know who you are, and you may contaminate me if you come over to my house. I certainly get that. So what are we gonna do? Well, whenever there's a shutdown or weird thing going on, you can do what we've done for many, 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 many years in this system, and that's do meetings virtually. We just get together on a Zoom call. Okay, so we book an appointment online using programs like GoToWebinar and Zoom. So I just pitch it to the buyer or seller this way. Hey, why don't we do this? You can sit at home in front of your computer. I'll be at my office in front of my computer, and we'll do our meeting online. And when we get together online, this is what you can expect to happen. And then you give them a clear detail of what happens next. So matter of fact, I may do it like this. Are you available now for the next 30 minutes? We can do it right now. And if they are, I'm closing for a now meeting. But if the buyer's like, oh, I'm right in the middle of doing this and that with the kids, hey, no problem. When's a good time over the next couple of days for us to set up this meeting online so you can get what you want? And I detail that. And we book the appointment. So while I'm still on the phone with the buyer, I'm going to now give them a detailed report of what's going to happen. Okay, when we get together tomorrow at 5 p.m., you're going to be in front of your computer. I'm going to be in front of my computer. You're going to click on the link that I've sent you. And when you click on it, it's going to take you to a program called Zoom. Have you ever done a Zoom meeting before in your current business or anything else? If the answer is yes, I've done one or two. Okay, you're somewhat familiar with it. If the answer is yes, I do lots of these in my own business. Awesome. So you know exactly what to expect. If the answer is I've never done that, I'm not sure how that works, what are we going to do? Well, you got to give them very good details about what happens next. Don't hold back on it. You guys got it? Detailed report of what's going to happen next while I'm on the phone with the buyer. Detail for detail for detail. You're going to be able to look on your screen and see me. I'm going to be able to see you, and I'm going to be able to show you some very valuable materials. We're going to be able to look on together at some of the houses that are currently for sale right now and the features that they have to offer using a special program that I have. All of this will help us narrow down and determine what kind of home you want. I've got a form we're going to look at that allows us to cherry pick the features and details and benefits that you want in your next home. And we'll be able to create and set up this online profile so that you can begin receiving exactly what you want when it becomes available. All right. So buyers love that kind of detail. And they're starting to see, remember, you're painting a picture in their mind about what to expect. If there are unknowns, they're likely to not show up for the appointment. Now, as soon as we hang up, what am I going to do? All right, what is step 4? So I've got to send them some confirmation. So I'm going to send them a video, right? So they can watch it and they can see exactly what to expect and what's going to happen next, which reinforces the benefit of getting together. They're going to get the link to the Zoom meeting, which already has it built out in the Zoom meeting, right? It's not just a link. When they get the email is going to detail in bullet points the benefits of getting together on the appointment. Okay? That's step 4. Step 5, selfie video. So yes, there's an instructional video, but if you're not using selfie videos, big mistake. The agents at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty follow this system called always multiple forms of follow-up. Always follow multiple forms of follow-up. So if I'm emailing somebody, I'm also sending a text. If I'm calling someone, I'm also sending an email. You guys get it? So we're always doing multiple forms of contact. I don't want to assume that one point of contact is good enough. I don't know how many emails you get. I get a lot. So a lot of them go unanswered or go unlooked at because you get a lot, right? Or you skim through it and you say, I'll come back to it later, and you forget because more keep coming in. Multiple forms of contact. So we love the selfie video from our customers. So you got it? Text, video. All right. It goes kind of like this. Hey, it's Todd Walters. I'm looking forward to seeing you Saturday morning at 10 o'clock when we get together via Zoom. Just wanted to say thank you and bullet point benefit of why we're getting together and how it's good for you. Okay, great. Thank you. Here's my contact information. If you need me, you guys get it. Okay. Send a friendly reminder via selfie video text. All right. Step 6. When it comes time for the meeting, you got to be well prepared, man. Do not practice on the prospects. I got Jalen here doing some filming. So Jalen, what's the best way to get really good at something? You didn't hear Jalen. You know what he said? Practice. He looked at me, and did you expect me to ask that question? No, his eyeballs got that big. Oh my God, I got to get this right because we're like broadcasting. It's like, yeah, dude, how do you get really good at something? You practice. Could you imagine being Michael Jordan back in the day, the greatest basketball player ever? Sorry, LeBron. Like the guy practiced more than he played, a lot more. You guys get it? You never want to practice on the prospects. You got to set this thing up. You got to be ready to rock and roll when the time comes, well prepared for the meeting, including any additional things you're going to be sharing, like a demonstration of value. So you got to test all this out. Now, the advantage that agents have in the Quantum Leap system at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty is they actually have benefit presentations. Listing presentation, VIP buyer presentations. These are the same presentations that I used to become one of the top real estate agents in history, according to National Association of Realtors, RE/MAX, and others, and people who write books. And again, I'm just a good copier. I got those things from my mentor, #1 real estate agent in the entire universe, Mr. Craig. Thank you so much, Craig. So they use it, and it gets predictable results. Matter of fact, I'd write that down. That's what a system is. A system is predictable results. All right, step 7. While you're on the Zoom and they say, yes, I like what you're presenting to me. This is good. I can see how I can benefit from this. Awesome. Let me send you the paperwork right now. Click the link and let's go through it. And while you're on the meeting, you go through the paperwork. We call it the write-up. If I'm a customer, if I'm a buyer or a seller, I want to know what the write-up is. I want to know the numbers. I want to know what the investment would be. I want to know it all. I want to see it. I want to see it. I want to understand, and I want to know it. So it's unfair for any salesperson to not write up the deal for the customer, whether the customer does it or not. And if you're a customer watching right now, you know exactly what I'm saying. So any sales process should be very transparent with nothing hidden. So the agents, sales professionals at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, excellent at doing this because it's part of the Quantum Leap system that we use. Now, we use online things like DocuSign. That would be a good program to use. There are others, eSign, other programs that you guys can use. But I'm going to send the digital document over to my customer. I'm going to go through it with them, and they're going to sign it. There's not going to be any reason for them not to sign that. And if there is reasons for them not to sign it, have I done a good job of solving their problem? No. If you're solving somebody's problem, you would and I would. If our problems were being solved, it's unlikely that we wouldn't enter an agreement with that person. Cost is only a factor in the absence of value. You've got to make the offer and do a good job demonstrating the value. Now, what happens? Step 8. We're going to deliver. As a matter of fact, we're going to over-deliver. So for buyers, we're going to now begin looking at properties virtually. No way am I just going to email homes to the buyer and then let them comb through their emails, and then if they see something they like, call me. That is pathetic customer service. I'm a buyer. And many times I invest in real estate. And when I have real estate professionals around the United States of America sending me information and waiting on me to say, I got a question, or yeah, I want to see this, that's really sad. Now, I like that, but I want more. Because if that's all I'm getting from somebody, my question is what? I wonder what I'm missing. So we want to over-deliver on that. Yes, we may send buyers properties that matches their home buying criteria, but I'm going to go find, if I'm the agents at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, they go out and find properties that are not readily available or accessible on the internet. Expired listings, canceled listings, our own databases of people that are looking around for a house to sell, but they have a home to sell as well. So that's what buyers want. Nobody wants their selection of homes limited. So we've been virtually showing homes to buyers for almost, I don't know, since we could, since email's been around, the internet and video. So for many, 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 many years. So this is nothing new here. As a matter of fact, I personally have bought homes that I've never seen. And many of you watching right now have bought real estate or seen real estate be bought and sold without somebody going and physically touching it. So done well, 100%, absolutely. You can buy real estate, you can show real estate virtually. Those are the big 8 steps. All right, now let me close this program just with a couple of things that we're doing at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty for customers during a lockdown. First of all, we've got to make their home safe, not just for them, but for the public. So we developed a system. We call it a safe house. All right, so if you're a seller right now and you're watching this, this is good for you. If you're a buyer and you want to go look at homes, this is really good for you. It's a safe house, certified safe house. And these are the bullet points of details that we get into with our customers, all right? And this needs to be certified and signed off on. In other words, somebody's got to issue an affidavit that these things have been done. I'm not going to go to somebody's house if they're sick. It doesn't matter if we're in a lockdown or something going on. I don't want to go to somebody's home if they have the flu. Do you? No. So wouldn't you want to know that prior to going? Yes. So it's just good business practice to have an affidavit that certifies nobody in the home is sick, showing any symptoms of sickness, and hasn't been sick. All right? So you like that? So we get our homeowners to do that. And if they are, hey, dude, it's just not a good time to let people come to your house right now, is what I would tell one of my clients in a nice way. So there you go, the certified safe house system, an affidavit of wellness. Are you guys like that? Okay, good. So there's some tips on selling homes in a lockdown. You, as a real estate professional, just can't be the one locked down. In other words, I'm going to contract. I'm not going to do anything. All right, so you like that? All right, cool. So I would encourage you, if you're a real estate professional, find out more about the system, Quantum Leap system, plan, system, model, mentors for going from solo or small to super profitable sales team business. We're proud to be able to help real estate professionals do that, and proud to do it under that banner, Your Home Sold Guaranteed. Hey, thank you so much for jumping in and watching today's program. Another edition of Yhsgr TV. Until next time, go serve big. Thank you. See ya. Go serve big.